Hello and welcome to the program. You're watching the Daily V News, and the top stories for today are:
the Chief of the General Staff of Vietnam's People's Army, Do Ba Thi, meets with China's Vice President Xi Jin-ping in Beijing. The minimum monthly wage for work in the state sector will rise to 1,050,000 Vietnam dong from May the 1st. People in Thailand are currently joyfully celebrating the Songkran festival, the annual Thai tradition of splashing water around to wish for a happy and lucky new year.
President Jin-ping made a two-day trip to the northern Sơn La province on April 12th and the 13th. At his meeting with provincial authorities, President Sang called on them to work out measures to help local residents throw off the shackles of poverty and lead rewarding lives.
Provincial Party Committee Secretary Thao Xuân Sung told the President that Sơn La, home to 12 ethnic minority groups, is still struggling with poverty. 5 out of 10 districts are categorized as poor, and 89 communes are particularly cash-strapped. Over the past few years, the province has shifted to growing tea and dairy farming, which has helped lift the province's economic growth. The province has been successful in resettling residents to make way for the construction of the Sơn La hydropower plant. It has relocated on 12,500 households to more than 250 resettlement sites and financially support them to live stable lives. He also said that the province's external relations with neighboring Lao provinces has been tightened. President Sang lauded the province's efforts but suggested local authorities offer resettled residents more technical and agricultural support to stabilize their lives. He also noted that when Sơn La power plant is completed, the province should take the chance to develop aquaculture. Sang also asked local leaders to raise the quality of its cars and pay more heed to disaster-prone people. Earlier, the President worked with the Provincial People's Court and People's Procuracy over judicial reforms. In Taipei University, which is the training hub for the region, he urged schools, lecturers and students to pay more attention to the quality of training and research, particularly in the conservation of the local culture, and to expand its relations with prestigious universities within the region.
Senior Lieutenant General Do Ba Thi, Chief of the General Staff of the Vietnam People's Army, met with Chinese Vice President Xi Jin-ping in Beijing on April 13th. Thi is leading a high-ranking army delegation to visit China.
General Thi said the visit by Vietnamese high-ranking army delegation to China aims to enhance strategic understanding and political trust between the two sides, as well as to expand their comprehensive strategic cooperative partnership. He also affirmed that the Vietnamese People's Army, together with the party, state and people of Vietnam, will do their best to preserve and increase neighborly friendship relations with China to new heights. Xi, for his part, expressed his admiration for Vietnam and its people, especially after his visit to the country last December. He also informed the Vietnamese delegation about the achievements of the Communist Party of China and emphasized the consistent lessons to be learned from Marxism that, he said, China wants to share with Vietnam.
The Vietnam Chamber of Commerce and Industry, the World Bank, and the Irish Embassy in Vietnam jointly introduced a survey, Changing Attitudes Towards Market and State, in Hanoi on April 13th. We find out more.
The survey was responded by more than 1,000 people from all walks of life. It shows up to 87% of interviewees said the market economic model brings more advantages than any other economic models. This rate reflects that most people from all walks of life support the change of the country's economic system to a market economic model. 68% of interviewees agree that the state should regulate prices. The survey, however, finds out that outsiders do not appreciate the marketability of Vietnam's economy at present. The survey records important indices to help Vietnamese policymakers, research and consultancy agencies to develop suitable economic and administrative reforms in Vietnam in future.
According to a new government decree issued on April 12, another 220,000 Vietnamese dong, equivalent to $10, will be added to the monthly minimum wage from May 1st. This means that Vietnam's monthly minimum wage will be 1,050,000 dong, equivalent to $50.
The increase will be applied at all state agencies, people armed forces, social-political organizations, and state-owned one-member limited companies. It is the fourth increase of the maximum wage in the last 4 years. In 2009, it was 650,000 Vietnamese dong, or $31. In 2010, it was 730,000 Vietnamese dong, or $34. And from 2011 to May 2012, it will have been 830,000 Vietnamese dong, or $39.
The tourism sector earned a revenue of over $1.9 billion in the first quarter of the year, thanks to its ongoing efforts to improve services. We have a look.
According to the Ministry of Culture, Sports and Tourism, the first few months of the year are seen as Vietnam's tourist season, as numerous festivals are held across the country during this period. On top of this, many cities and provinces nationwide have upgraded their hotels and restaurants, giving visitors a more enjoyable experience. As a result, nearly 1.9 million people from overseas visited Vietnam in the first quarter, a year-on-year increase of 24.5%. The number of domestic tourists was estimated at 9.6 million. In 2012, the Vietnam Administration of Tourism is researching how much a trip to the country costs the average overseas visitor, as well as local tourists. It plans to survey numerous localities around the country.
Over 5,000 students at the age of 15 from 162 schools across Vietnam have taken part in an official survey as part of the program of international student assessments. This program will help Vietnam to reform its teaching methods and renew exams to prepare for the country's education reform to be carried out after 2015.
The Ministry of Education and Training has asked the heads of local departments and schools to hold workshops and training courses to help local education managers, teachers and pupils to understand the programme's basic requirements and main activities. The programme of international student assessments was initiated by the Organisation for Economic Cooperation and Development. It is a worldwide evaluation of the scholastic performances of 15-year-old school children, which first got underway in 2000 and is carried out every 3 years. It aims to test the competence of school kids in 3 fields: reading, mathematics, sciences, as well as their ability to handle different situations. To date, 63 countries, most of them developed countries, have joined the programme of international student assessments.
People in Thailand's capital Bangkok are eagerly taking part in the Songkran festival, the annual Thai tradition of splashing water around to wish for a lucky new year and wash away all the bad things from the previous year.
The festival usually takes place from April 13th to 15th. During the 3-day celebration, the Thai people roam the streets with water guns or buckets of water. These days, the water symbolises washing bad things away. Therefore, Thai and tourists alike don't mind when they're splashed with water. They are delighted to help each other wash away all their worries and regrets. Many tourists choose to visit Thailand at this time of year because of this festival.
It's fantastic, great atmosphere, everyone's happy, lots of water, heaps of fun.
The Thai people also honour Buddha by gently pouring water mixed with a Thai fragrance over images and statues of Buddha in household shrines or in monasteries. They believe that this will bring them good luck and prosperity in the new year. The festival is also a time for people to visit and pay their respects to their elders, including family members, friends, neighbours and monks.
And we have covered all the stories for today. Thank you for watching and see you tomorrow.